Hello and welcome to the administration update for the month of December. But first, we're going to do Cleveland Browns talk. Have you seen Myles Garrett? Dude is a freak. He's awesome.
He is. But you know what, Chris, I'm really looking forward to is the 2024 season. So
The Raiders have a little struggling.
But it's, football's always fun. But,
It is, especially when you're winning. When you're losing, it's not fun. So right now, I'm going to just be happy with the team's performance. Jason, the Cleveland Browns, lastly, they seem to be going through a lot of quarterbacks through injuries.
They do.
Perhaps you can put in your application.
Yeah, I think they're accepting all right now.
They're accepting all right now, indeed.
Don't matter if you have a prison record or not. You're all good.
That's it indeed. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start. We haven't seen you in a while, but we want to give an update on some of the items that are happening within Sun Lakes. First, I'm going to go with some administration updates. There will be, as a reminder, no open session board meeting in the month of December. We will resume our regularly scheduled board meeting schedule on the fourth Wednesday beginning in January. Message to management to communicate issues and recommendations. We have 3 ways to do it. We have the website, press the button for message to management. You have the app, just simply you see something, say something, hit the on your app, the message to management to communicate those concerns. And lastly, at the front desk with Felicia, we have a nice little box. You can write in your concern and drop it in the box. Please, if you would like, leave your contact information so we can contact you regarding any issues. Also, let's go on lounge expansion. That's been the big talk of the town. That's the big project we're looking forward to in 2024. The architect and designer are submitting the construction documents to the city of Banning. First Service staff is working with the Procurement Advisory Committee to issue a construction RFP for the work. That should be done probably early January, get that out on the street. And this is only really just the construction piece of it. Doesn't deal with the furniture, fixtures, and equipment. That's a separate part of the RFP. This is dealing with the construction of the build-out. The estimated project cost is roughly about $752,000 based on the estimates that the designer and the architect have received. The project funding is estimated to be about 78% capital improvement and 22% repair and replacement funds. At this time, we're still targeting the January open session to come to the board and present the numbers. That is an aggressive plan. It may be moved back to February depending on what happens with the city of Banning with the RFP process. And then we would like to target February 2024 as a start date. So that's a quick lounge expansion update. There will be more at the admin update in January that we're going to do, as well as the open session in January. You'll be getting some more information. Regarding the budget and the assessment, remember the assessment changes January 1st, 2024. It will be increasing $19 to $365. So make sure if you're on the automatic payment with your bank, change that dollar amount so it pays the correct amount. If you're using QuickPay, Jason, I think you have 2 choices of pay X amount or pay current rate.
That is correct.
So you want to definitely change that to hit current rate. I know it may say, well, it's very easy, I'll just change it. But we do have members that forget. They pay the old rate, and then in the new year, they're wondering why they have late fees and there's delinquency items going on. It's because they forgot to change the assessment amount in January. So please, members, change it. If you have automatic payments, change it to the correct amount, $365 for the master. Jason will tell you what the sub-association assessments will be when he gets to the sub-association update. And finally, the CCNR amendment. Community, I'd like to say thank you for coming out, for the delegates coming out to assist with this. The measure passed 85.9.
0.93%.
There you go. And so turnout was well. That's actually normally how amendments have received that large amount with this delegate system. The only one we didn't do is the one that was required by the law that we didn't get passed.
That's right.
So if it's required by the law, we're not going to do it. But if it's not, we'll pass it. It's okay. That's okay, though. It did pass. Thank you, members. And so what this amendment will do, as a reminder, establishes the repair and replacement replenishment charge for new homeowners. And in essence, the new homeowners will get the benefit of, that's different. The fee is a way for new homeowners to contribute to the repair and replacement fund. The fee would help offset assessments in the future. It won't eliminate them. Costs are going to continue to go up. So to think that this is the end all, the cornucopian theory that there's going to be a solution later on in the future, we don't have to worry about it now. Assessments will probably continue to go up. But this is a way to defray some of those increases or to reduce some of the increases with this new program. The attorney Wayne Gorelnik and his team are finalizing the documentation, so they have to pull together from the inspectors of election the documents, record it with the county of Riverside. Once that's recorded, then it can be implemented. So right now we're targeting February. We know how fast the county of Riverside works. They're diligent in getting those titles and everything's changed. But seriously, we will look in February and we will give advance notice. We will give an update at the open session in January where we are, because we know that there are several real estate agents out there that are asking, when is this going to be implemented? I need to tell my client. Right now, we're looking at February as that implementation date. With that, Jason, we talked a little bit about Linda becoming the new recreation manager, but you're still wearing your hat of the recreation director. So can you give us a quick recreation update?
Will do. First, I'd just say, talking about the measurement that just passed, I'd like to congratulate our board. That's very forward-thinking.
That is
the board
true.
To take that on.
That's
and,
true.
Tough thing to do. Getting it all in within the year and getting it promoted and getting it passed. So congratulations to the board and the residents of
I don't
Sun
think
Lakes.
people realize that there's a lot of work behind the scenes. I think maybe there's an expectation with members that snap the fingers and it's all done, but there's research, discussions, an executive session with the attorney. Can it be done? What's required? What's the paperwork? So there's a lot of lead time. Like a construction, you just don't say, well, I want to build a new warehouse, and it happens. There are things that happen and you must go through a process. And this is one, the board did it. And you're right. Staff, the attorney, Wayne Gorelnik, he is still 100% positive passing rate.
Yes.
He's never had one fail, and so we're glad that the members of Sun Lakes approved that.
Yep. So on to rec. As your Linda and I sat down and did an update in our rec corner. So please check that out on Channel 97. That will be posted there and give you all of the updated information on the New Year's Eve event, as well as all the 2024 events coming up, with a lot of new tribute bands coming and some old ones. Really trying to get True Willie back, which was a good Willie Nelson band that the residents loved here. So working with Roger Hagee on that, and we'll see when we can get them.
Do you have the Led Zeppelin one coming back?
Yeah, I do, but I am working on a Leonard Skinner one.
Okay, gotcha.
So I am trying to get them. We still do have to jump around from, our older residents who are still like in the 50s and 60s. So a lot of our newer residents moving into that 80s genre of music. So trying to get and balance those two out.
Got it.
And that's what I've been hearing from residents. And so looking forward to a lot of tribute concerts in 2024.
So Tears for Fears will be coming in. Okay,
That's right. That's right. Flock of Seagulls will be there too. So yeah, watch that event, the Rec Corner update with Linda and myself. I'd like to thank all the districts for the wonderful job they did on the trees up in the clubhouse parking lot, as well as down Country Club and at the north side here with District 16 and 17. Always amazing at the job that they do. And again, just like the decorating in our clubhouse, we have a decorating committee that does an amazing job. I think it looks one of the best that it has in a very, very long time. So thank you very much for all that.
The Christmas spirit is returning.
It has. It's taken a few years from COVID. It really took a hit then. But we're getting back into it and getting back to the residents of Sun Lakes and bringing it to what this place needs to be and should be. Yep. With that, as we talk about the residents of Sun Lakes coming together,
we got a little problem, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Houston, we have a problem.
So I know you were talking about the lounge expansion earlier, and Jorge, the designer, did a great presentation at the November open session. Had some renderings and everything that were put up in the lobby. We had a resident deface those with spray paint. So they were in the lobby. They were defaced with spray paint. We are currently reviewing footage, and that member will be dealt with. So,
as a reminder, members, there are cameras in the clubhouses. So you see something, please refrain from doing that. I haven't seen something like that not
since I was in like elementary school.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand that Not everybody agrees, but there are ways of going about disagreeing, and that is not one of them.
That's right.
But again, cameras will show who did it, and we will move from there.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge, thank you. Okay, moving on, some projects update. As a reminder, the South Clubhouse dehumidifier that was approved by the board. The unit has been ordered. We're still looking at a delivery time of January, February 2024. Yes, the supply chain issue is real. It hasn't gone away, and as we have more updates, Jason and I will update you on that. The North Clubhouse pool is being resurfaced now. We are targeting to finish, I think, by the end of January.
Yeah, it should be by the end with the deck and everything.
Yep.
Yes.
And also, the South Clubhouse work will begin in May 2024 after the outdoor pools are open. Tree trimming on the golf course. You might see that there's some vendors out there trimming some of the trees. We asked the golfers, please be mindful of that. We've asked the contractor to be mindful not to get in unless they're assisting with the shot where they throw us back onto the fairway. We will accept those. But seriously, please be cautious out there on the golf course. We do have vendors trimming, and they will be doing that through the month of January as well. And then there's some other things that are going on in the gyms, right?
Right. Getting the machines at the North Clubhouse, we've had some down. I apologize for the neglect that took place on them over the first half of the year. I'm working to straighten all that out. I do have parts on order. I did have some parts come in this week that were replaced and repaired on some of the bikes. Again, the belts on the treadmills will be tightened. Right. I have all that coming down. So I will be making sure that the preventive maintenance is done, as well as they are all repaired. We did get a new ab machine in the South Clubhouse. So that's up and running, and I'm working on replacing the chest press in the North as some of the adjustments. Their discontinued parts, cannot get those parts anymore. Might as well, out of ease of use for resident use, get one that's going to be able to be used and correctly work for our residents. Yep. So working on that. Music channels back up in the South Clubhouse gym. I'd like to thank Hernan for that. He's working with Spectrum on trying to consolidate all of the umpteen accounts that we have with them. One thing we realized, and this was one of them, is some are on business accounts, some are on residential accounts. You can't get music channels with business accounts, but you can get it with the residential account. So it's really trying to juggle all that. And again, Hernan's done a great job getting that taken care of. So we do have the music channels back in the South Gym.
Good deal.
Lastly,
we've got some now sub-association.
We do. We got the subs coming up. Again, 2024 is going to be busy.
Yeah,
and we start right out the bat. The dues for the subs, they did change as well. Operations was able to stay close to the same, did increase a little bit here and there. Insurance is a big one. Yeah. But most of the subs, most of their increase that they did, 99% of it is going into the reserves. We've had a lot of rodent and roof issues, with the fire, everything ruined a lot of their habitat. With the weather that we had in January and February, March, really took a dampener and took a hit on the reserves. So the board looked at it, said, you know what, we need to increase. We understand, $15 increase is a large amount, but we need to do it for the community. And so I applaud the boards for doing that. So with that, Fairway Villas did go up to $172 a month starting January. Lakeside 2 went up to $180 a month starting in January, and Lakeside went up to $187 starting in January. So again, like Chris said, make sure you go on, if you do Quick Pay, go on there and change it to update to the full amount that's due. If you are having trouble and you don't know how to do Quick Pay, or if you want to get set up on it, or if you need assistance in changing your Quick Pay, please call the office. One of our customer service agents at the front desk, either Desi or Monica, would be more than happy to help you and work with you on getting that changed.
That's right.
Again, with 2024, we have the elections. The sub-elections are a month earlier than the master elections. They'll take place in March. So with that, anybody who would like to run for the board that's in those districts, like District 3, 6, or 10, please stop by the office starting December 18th, and you can pick up and pull your papers, and they must be returned by January 19th, and then ballots will be going out in February. Now with that, Lakeside 2 is looking for 2 positions. Fairway Villas is looking for 2 positions, and Lakeside is looking for 3 positions. So if you're interested in that, please come down and check it out. You can always give us a call if you have questions. Please call me. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. Now, I will tell you, it's not as intense on your time demand as the master is, as the subs meet quarterly or meetings here and there as needed. So you're not meeting twice a month for multiple hours at a time. So with that, Chris, that kind of wraps up what's going on in the subs. Looking forward to a great 2024 year with the sub associations. I know I'll have a good time working with the boards and the social committees on all the events that they have within their districts. So I'm looking forward to it.
So on behalf of Jason Ewells, myself, Christopher Mitchell, we want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Looking forward to a positive 2024 year. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Merry Christmas, Happy
And
Holidays.
go Browns.